Well, technology is quickly taking over the healthcare industry with investment into the space growing at 31% every year since 2008, according to Accenture. And of course, the upcoming debut of the Apple Watch in stores is expected to open up tons of new opportunities for companies in the wearable space. But is this really a bright spot? Let's bring in Mike Tinney, CEO of Fitness Interactive Experience. And Mike, what's your take on the med tech space? I was at South by Southwest earlier this week. They had their first ever MedTech Expo. The space is exploding with growth. What do you say?
It's a hot space. It's growing rapidly. The idea that we can become responsible for our own health, that we can start to measure our analytics, that we can connect it to our medical professionals more conveniently, it's emergent, it's dynamic, and you're absolutely correct. It's growing quickly.
And do you see more room for growth left?
Oh, I think we're just at the beginning. I mean, I think the idea of adding a social connectivity to your journey through personal fitness is relatively new. The idea of adding accountability and awareness of your progress and your health statistics, very new. People know more about their car right now than they know about their own body. And the emergence of the tech, the apps that are coming into the space, all of these are going to change that.
But is that something that people are ready to incorporate into their daily lives, tracking their heart rate or their sleep habits?
I mean, some are. Some are. You can look at the nation's health report card. The Department of Health recommends 150 minutes of exercise a week. There are some studies that suggest that only 5% of Americans get that amount of exercise every week. So we have a pretty big not pass rate right now in terms of that goal, but I think it's changing.
All right, what about the Apple Watch? That's coming out in stores in a few weeks. Will that propel even more growth in the space?
I think everybody's watching the Apple Watch. People are weighing in on both sides of, is the Apple Watch innovative enough at launch? Is it going to change the industry? I think the jury is out and time will tell. I personally don't think it is launching with anything in the health tracking space and in the fitness tracking space that is new or different from what the other devices are doing. The one exception there would be that, of course, they have an app store that you can program apps, so the secondary market of developers will hopefully innovate there and add things that other devices don't do.
But at least it's somewhat of a new platform for other developers to add to the existing devices out there.
It's more of a playground than any other device has for other people, other companies to create content.
Now, you say most players in the health technology space are failing to see something pretty obvious here. What is that?
Well, we don't have a knowledge problem. We don't have a data problem. We collect great data on our health. It's available to anybody who's interested in having it. There's tons of wearables that aggregate this information for you and apps. But what we're missing in this country is a solution to the behavior problem. We are not as active as we should be. Our obesity levels are on the rise. Our childhood obesity has quadrupled in the last 30 years and is expected to quadruple again. We need to be addressing the behavior problem, which is a motivation and engagement issue. It's not a knowledge issue, and devices are targeting the knowledge, not the behavior.
All right, Mike Tinney, we'll leave it there, CEO of Fitness Interactive Experience. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
I'm Scott Gamm, and you're watching The Street.